How's the I mean, I understand what you say. You know, yeah. I mean, things are definitely different now. I actually saw a review recently of one of our, how do I put it? One of our favorite movies from the 90s. I think it was 94, 95. The movie came out. One of our greatest back then. I'm not going to mention the name, of course. And I mean, the reviewer watched the movie again. I was just like face palm all through. I can't believe this was what we thought was great. You know? Right. So basically, just signifying the fact that we've actually improved it.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, where the industry is now, the acting, the scripting, the stories, the directing, things are definitely more mature now. Yes. But then at the same time, do you think we are good enough? And I'm not trying to be condescending or anything. Because I know a couple of movies were premiered recently. I think it was the Toronto International Film Festival. About 8 Nigerian movies, which was amazing. Yes. I mean, but I read a lot of the international reviews of these movies, and you could still see a lot of, it was okay from them. Not that we need their approval per se, but I mean, if we're going to go to them to premiere, we should also accept their critique. So how do you think we're doing, honestly?
On an international level, I think Nigeria has come of age. I think that especially if you look at the history of Nigerian filmmaking and you compare that with other histories, other film industries around the world, we're pretty young. You know, the same way that person said they went back in time to watch a Nigerian movie. If you go back in time and watch some American movies,
that has happened a lot too.
Face palm. When last did you see Superman?
I'm even talking like Face Off, which I thought was the movie of the
Exactly.
century.
See.
I saw Face Off recently. I was like, what?
So yes, if people would always criticize. You know, I'm criticizing American films. You know, easily. So if our films go out there and people criticize them for whatever reason, then that's on them. Is it our story? Is it a story that needs to be told? Are we telling it to the right people? That's what really matters. Film is really supposed to, should I say uphold, but it's meant to grow the minds of the people. So when we tell stories about Nigeria and Nigerians, it's because we want to put an image of the Nigeria that we want to see. It's not by chance that the things you see in movies back in the 80s and 90s are the things you're seeing now. You know, mobile phones that you can see people's faces and things like that. You're seeing them now. So if we want to change a country and its people, one of the things you want to do is show them images of where you want them to be. Our stories should therefore show Nigerians, you know, the ideal Nigeria, you know, where we want it to be. So that's for me.
Are there stories you think we're not telling yet that we should be telling?
Yes, as I said, we've come from telling stories about, you know, folklore and mysticism and a lot of things like that. We've done that. We've had fun doing that. It's time to start taking stories about our country. You know, if we have challenges in our medical fields, then let's tell stories about what the ideal medical field should look like. Let's tell stories about what the ideal educational system should look like. Let's tell stories about what true love means and about, you know, the relationship between man and woman in reality. So let's tell the stories. Let's show people what we believe to be the right way to go, and hopefully we can tell those stories and help our people.
What about money?
Money
is, I mean, it's the only reason why anybody will be in business anyway. Right. If you're going to choose a career, you need to make money, you know.
True.
And besides the fact that we hear a lot about piracy and distribution still being an issue, talking about, you know, the producers and all of that. With actors, do you think you're getting your due yet? I mean, and how long do you think we're going to wait? I mean, we're not necessarily, nobody's saying we should be earning $20 million like Jennifer Lawrence is yet, but how far off are we from, you know, having actors who are rich, using that word, off of their work? You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Because I mean, it looks like these days you have to be an actor, you have to have 3 million side endorsements on the side, or I'm also a baker on the side, and you know what I mean? Can we just have actors now who are going to be making good money? How long are we away from that?
Okay, so first of all, let's not knock the endorsement bit out. You know why?
Because it's a good thing.
Yes, because art has always been backed by individuals or supporters of the arts. So if corporations are now the ones who are endorsing our arts and the people who are in them, then let's not knock that. However, we have to first of all look at the industry holistically. Do we have a market that can generate the kind of incomes that would spread across? So if a film comes out into the Nigerian space now, do we have enough cinemas out there to bring back the returns on that investment such that the producer gets paid, the director gets paid, the crew and the cast get paid? at the same time, do we have, which is the responsibility of the talent now, is are we doing other things to increase our brand, to extend our brand beyond just television? Is there a reason why, for example, I just shot a film, did a short film called For You, My Son, which was really my way of introducing my little boy, to the world. And in doing that, I have a lot of attention coming from the media asking me about this movie and how it was shot and why the ideology behind it. And that's part of the things that I think most talents should get involved in. Other things that spread them out, and then they increase their value.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break now. When we come back, of course, we'll round up this talk about money, because it's very important. I mean,
it's very important.
I think it's business part of showbiz is probably the most important.
It is.
And then, of course, we'll find out more about what you're planning going forward. We'll see you guys in a moment. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back. Before the break, we're talking about how to get more money into Deyemi's pockets. Actually, all actors' pockets in Nigeria. Because I mean, you guys do amazing work. I mean, I go to movies more often now to see a Nigerian movie.
Thank you.
5 years ago, even 4 years ago, I don't even know that would have been the case. But I consciously wake up and say, "Well, I'm going to see this movie, and it's a Nigerian film, and I'm happy to go see it." So it means you guys are doing a lot of things right now.
Thank you.
With you now in particular, what are the things you are doing to put money in your own pocket?
Well, so I'm constantly looking for great work. So thankfully, there are a lot of young people who come into film who have fresh ideas, fresh perspectives, actors, directors, producers, and there are a lot of already established producers and directors who are also revamping the game. They're changing the game. So there's a lot of interesting projects out there. I'm constantly looking to work with the best people out there, and then I've started recently talking to some brands. So I did a campaign recently where it was promoting healthy lifestyles. Trying to be like you, work out, get it. But yes, so those are some of the things that I get involved in. Right now I'm producing for fun.
Okay.
So let's just go out there. So one of the ones that I recently did again was For You, My Son. I put up on YouTube, and it got a lot of attention. Apparently, a few people liked it, and so I want to do more of those. And just keep honing my skills, keep practicing, keep trying to be a vital part of this industry. Stage for me is big.
It's getting interesting again in Nigeria.
Exactly. It is. I started on stage on a couple of amateur stage projects way back. But with film, because of the kind of schedules that we have, it's hard to take that time off. You need at least a month or two to prepare for a stage project. So for me, I try to do one at least every year. I'm working on one currently. I can't release any details about that, but we're working on one right now. It's keeping me up all night, but it's going to be fun.
I want to answer this. Don't tell me. Give me a real answer. What's the toughest role you've taken on? So the challenge of each role is always different, right? No, and that's the truth. You see, again, I know that's where you're going, but so are you asking me what is the most physically challenging movie I've ever done? Okay, let's start.
Or the most emotionally challenging movie I've ever done?
Okay, let's start with physically challenging.
Physically challenging was a short film called Blink, where we spent 3 weeks doing breath exercises because we're going to shoot underwater. Yes, so we went underwater, got the cameras rigged. The director and I did these exercises. We got underwater and we were shooting for extended periods of time. So the opening scene of that short film is a guy sitting on a chair, hands tied behind his back. He had some weights tying him down, holding him down, and it was all underwater. Very, very physically challenging. Very, very difficult to do. But it was also one of my best work to date.
Emotionally?
Emotionally would be, there been quite a few, but Lord, there was a scene in Giddy Up. If you remember the closing episode for Giddy Up season 2, we're working on season 3 right now, and the character that I played, Tokumbo, lost his dad. And I remember that day, because I knew that scene was coming up, I had spent the entire day just trying to think about what I would do if I lost my own father and how it would affect me. So going into the evening when we shot that scene, I was almost already gone. I was right there. And then I saw this man, and then we went through the scenes, and I totally broke down. That was one of them. There was, however, a film called If Tomorrow Never Comes that I shot in Ghana with Yvonne Nelson.
Okay.
It was a story about this young kid who had some cerebral disease, and this young boy died 2 weeks after we finished shooting the film.
Wow.
Yes. So you see, so the challenges come in different ways. Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much, Deyemi, for being here today. What's your Twitter before we go so that people can
Okay, so on Twitter, I'm @_Deyemi. On Instagram is Deyemi the actor.
Okay. Follow him there. You find out what projects he's working on and what you should look forward to with him. Thanks for being here.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
But like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. WhyNigerTV is the handle. The hashtag to follow is Rubbin Minds. You can also visit the website, whyniger.tv. Remember, you've never seen young people talk like this before. I'll see you next week.
We represent.